Good morning, good morning, good morning. Every wall has a secret. Some whisper, some shout. Right here in Binghamton, New York, murals don't just decorate our streets, they hide messages about who we are and where we're going. Today, we're peeling back the paint to uncover what's really behind the canvas.
This is Kindness Rising.
All right. Good morning, foxes and vixens. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's Kindness Rising. Today is Lifestyle Tuesday, where we dive into culture, arts, and all the stuff that add color and meaning to our life. Today, we're going behind the canvas. Now, Binghamton, New York may not be the first city that comes to mind when you think of murals, but take a walk down our streets and the walls tell our stories. They tell our stories. From rainbow trees to mosaics of unity, the bricks of our city have become books, each page painted by artists who saw something worth preserving. And if you're a Gen Xer like me, it almost feels like stepping back into those graphic splashed Trapper Keeper concert poster times plastered in our childhood bedroom, loud, colorful, and full of feeling. Only now, the art belongs to all of us, out in the open, humming like a jam band that refuses to fade. Murals have been with us for a really long time in the world. Thousands of years ago, humans painted on cave walls using earth pigments to tell the stories of hunting, of survival, of spirit. Later, ancient Egyptians, they painted their tombs so that loved ones could carry images of daily life into eternity. Fast forward to Mexican muralists, Diego Rivera, Jose Clemente Orozco. They transformed blank walls into history books in the early 20th century. Murals have become democratic art. No tickets needed, no gallery dress code, just step outside and there it is, a voice, a memory, a protest, even a dream. Across the United States, murals have become one of the most visible and democratic forms of public art. In cities from Philly to LA, blank walls have been transformed into giant canvases that tell neighborhood stories, honor local heroes, and spark difficult but necessary conversations. They celebrate diversity. They memorialize history or protest injustice, all while being free and accessible to anyone walking by. In many ways, murals are America's open air museums where the voices of everyday people, immigrants, workers, activists, artists, they're painted in bold colors on every wall that surround their lives. And in that way, that's what kindness is too. Something meant to be public, shared, and celebrated, not tucked away in a corner. Kindness, like mural art, belongs on the walls of our daily lives, even in small towns where cow tipping was a favorite teenage pastime.
Murals are like the collective soul of a town expressed in pigment.
Yeah, and also free wallpaper for cows that walk by.
Stan, cows don't need wallpaper.
Exactly. That's why it's genius.
All right, cranking up the tunes and getting trippy. I'm going to get a little local here. If you're out there in the world and you're not from Binghamton, New York, or you don't know where Binghamton, New York is, we're in upstate New York, right at the confluence of the Shenango and Susquehanna rivers, and we've got some amazing murals for people to see. Come visit our town and check it out. There's lots more to do than just that, too. But right here in Binghamton, you can feel that lineage. The I-District Murals and Mosaics program was launched in 2018, to breathe art into our downtown streets. The goal wasn't just beautification, it was connection. Suddenly, what was once a blank brick wall became a living canvas for imagination. Let's talk about the Tree of Life. That's a mural painted by Bruce Grieg. He painted it in 2021. It's a rainbow-colored tree that spreads its branches across our cityscape. When you stand beneath it, you feel rooted, reminded that even in tough times, growth keeps reaching for the sky. It's a kindness lesson painted 10 feet tall, no matter the season. We're all connected by the same roots. And right here, the America Connects Together mosaic at Ross Park Zoo, that was unveiled just this year. Hundreds of tiles, each unique, coming together to form one large picture. It feels like you're standing at a fish show where everybody's dancing their own way and doing their thing, but somehow the whole crowd is moving as one organism. It's chaotic, and it's beautiful, and it's unity born of difference. And lastly, there's the Fine Art Society 125-year mural. 30 artists joined force to paint the history of art in our community. From old theaters to new museums, it's like flipping through a family photo album that's been painted on the wall at the Oakdale Commons. If you're Gen X, it's equivalent to pulling out your old cassette tapes, REM, The Cure, Grateful Dead bootlegs, and realizing that each one holds a piece of who you were and who you are. That's what murals do. They remind us who we've been, and they make space for who we're becoming. Let's jump into the comments, see who's out there, say hello to people. Vaticonda Savaradan. Sorry if I butchered your name. Does art improve the confidence? Absolutely. I think art improves confidence right here in our town. I walk around, I feel a sense of pride seeing some walls that I know have seen blank my whole life, old brick walls, and they've been really beautified. Thank you very much for joining. Mike Sullivan, welcome. Matt and Kindness Rising friends, set your compass in the right direction early so you can give more. Being kind is such a healthy, noble endeavor. Thrilled for another day and another show. Lady Drew, you're here too. We appreciate you coming every day. Appreciate it. Thank you. Holroyd, Adam Holroyd, the OG, is back too. And of course, our buddy, Buzzy B Driven. Welcome. I'm going to flash up on the screen here real quick. I'm going to try something a little different. I don't do this too often, but I think, a picture paints 1,000 words. So I don't know how well people can see what I've got cooking here, but I am trying my best to show you some of the amazing mural art in Binghamton. I'm just going to scroll through. These are some of the things. This is actually off of our Press Connects, our local paper, but at least it's something. Here's one of my favorites. It's called the Unicorn Head, but it shows the carousels that are famous here in Binghamton. We are the carousel capital of the world. Little things like this with birds flying across little buildings, just surprises around every corner. The walls of our confluence of our rivers have been painted, so when you walk along the river, you can see children's faces and other exciting things that remind us of Binghamton. Here's the Binghamton mural. Each of the letters has one of our famous buildings, our landmarks of our community painted on it. Of course, we participated in the Black Lives Matter protest. Here's an interesting one. This was on the inside of one of our parking garages that was dilapidated. It is in honor of Edwin A. Link, who built the first flight simulator in the world. Here's another one from that same dilapidated parking garage that shows a little bit of more about Edwin A. Link, who also was very into telegraphs and communication and music. I'm going to just keep scrolling through some of these here. Here's our Ukraine support in the community. Here's another absolutely gorgeous one. This sits in a building that's right outside of it's called Victory at Confluence. It's really beautiful. Really cool art all over our town. Here's one that was on our local ski shop. Here's that Tree of Life I talked about. You stand underneath that thing. It's actually bigger than it appears here, but it's a burst of color that really shows our roots. And even on little houses, small houses around town, we have these amazing murals, faces, even comic book characters. This is a mosaic. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's a mirrored mosaic. It's really cool. Right at our Carroll Street, Columbus Park. More faces. I'll just keep scrolling maybe a little faster because there's so many to see all throughout our community. Love this one. Tribute to Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Another one of our mosaics in town here. Really just awesome stuff all around. You never know when you're going to turn a corner and run into a mural. And they represent our history too. We're known as the Parlor City. And of course, I'll end right here with Rod Serling, probably our most famous Binghamtonian, the founder, the starter of the Twilight Zone series, who was born right here in Binghamton. In many of the episodes, if you're from Binghamton, you notice things that are related to our community. He really used his childhood to influence his work. So I think it's pretty cool. It's amazing. If you ever have a chance to come here to Binghamton, check it out. Hey, Mom. Good morning, Matthew and friends. Beautiful beginning of September. Yes, it is. Starting with creativity in our community, we live in a great city with solid roots. Thanks for reminding us. Yes, Mom, we do have solid roots right here in Binghamton, New York, and absolutely you are my solid roots, so thank you. We have some really nice murals in Oshawa, Ontario. All right, Adam, cool. I've never been to Oshawa, Ontario. Dedicated to WW2 vets. I really appreciate that too, because it's important for us to remember those who have given so much for us. Anyway, that's a little tour down the Binghamton creativity that's out there. I know other communities have them. If you think about it, send some pictures. Take pictures of the murals. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here on Kindness Rising. We come here every morning, 7:30 a.m. in the Fox's Den to get up and get after it. I've got music playing. We're rocking and rolling.
Murals show a town's identity, Stan. It's history, it's soul.
Yeah, so why isn't anyone painting beef jerky murals?
Because art doesn't come in teriyaki flavor.
Actually, think about it. Teriyaki is art if you really go to a good place. But yeah, Stan, Calder and Stan, always joining us here on Kindness Rising, adding a little levity to what we do and enjoying their day. So let's deep dive even further into the power of art in our communities. We're going to zoom in a minute. Murals aren't just paint on walls. They're actually catalysts. Researchers in creative placemaking and community psychology, they keep finding that when communities make art together, the ripple effects goes far beyond beauty. All over the world, Northern Ireland, for decades, walls in Belfast were battlegrounds for identity, political slogans, conflict lines. But in the past 20 years, actually, those community-led murals have begun shifting those same walls from political and conflict to peace and dialogue. Tourists now visit to learn, but locals point out that the process of painting new murals gave their neighbors a reason to cross divides and actually talk to each other. Paint became a bridge where politics had built barriers. Down in South Africa, where our friend Melissa is, I don't know if you're out there, Melissa. I hope you had a great anniversary. But township murals were painted after apartheid became after apartheid. They became a way to reclaim dignity. Nelson Mandela, community leaders, visionaries who shared a future, they were painted all over the country. Many of those walls are still standing today, and they remind us that we survived and we're still building. And closer to home, right here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Philadelphia Mural Arts Program is actually the largest in the world and has 4,000 murals all over the city of Pennsylvania. And studies showed that neighborhoods that were touched by these projects often see reduced vandalism and increased community pride. In fact, a 2012 report from the University of Pennsylvania's Social Impact of the Arts Project found that communities with strong cultural assets had lower poverty and crime rates, even when controlling for income levels. In other words, art just wasn't decoration, it was resilience. All right, why does it matter? Why does it matter for kindness? Why are we talking about art here today? Because kindness is about creating belonging where it didn't exist before. It's about safety in unsafe places. It's about dialogue where silence once stood. Murals prove this work in color. They boost belonging, they make our streets safer, and they open doors to conversations we wouldn't have had otherwise. I said this before, if you go to a jam band show, talk about them, Fish and Grateful Dead, String Cheese Incidents, everyone's dancing differently, they're all over the place, but somehow that crowd becomes one heartbeat, and that's what murals do for communities. They start as brushstrokes, but they end as belonging. This is Kindness Rising. Welcome. We come here every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. to get your day started with hope, humanity, humor, and art. And I'm glad you've come along on the ride with me. All right. Jumping back into the comments, we got Lady Drew, of course, always. We have to be truly, but not only by words, we have to be truly mean our words and truly assist each other. I agree 100%. That's what we do here at Kindness Rising. We lift each other up. We support each other. We're building an amazing community here. If you're out there and you haven't joined the community, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're listening after the fact, we go live and stuff like that happens when you're live. You knock your lights all over the studio. Anyway, if you're out there and you're watching this on demand, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Maybe we can be a little motivation for you to get up in the morning, 7:30 a.m., Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. We're here with Kindness Rising, and then roll right on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. They start at 8 o'clock Eastern. We are the Mornings in the Lab live network. If you want your own live show, we can get you going. Reach out to me. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. You can find me here on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere you can possibly go in the social media world. Pretty much you can find me. Reach out to me. I'll help you to bring your personal brand to life here on the Mornings in the Lab network.
Questioning hiring those two guys. They're totally MIA. That music festival was supposed to be 2 days long. They've been gone for a week.
This is simply preposterous. Dude, they've been playing the same song for a full week. It's so awesome. I hope it never ends. Oh! Oh! Music will never stop, my friend. We are trapped in eternal encore. Encore forever. Best festival ever.
Meanwhile, I've been home getting this week's Kindness Rising ready, and these two haven't even found the exit yet.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about it. I mentioned it before. We're here to help you. The Mornings in the Lab network isn't just a series of live shows. We're actually an agency of marketing, digital marketing, bringing you the best in digital marketing. We can help you with your reach. And if you're an artist or just someone trying to grow your brand with kindness, here's the lesson that Murals teach us. It goes along with our EAT program, which stands for experience, expertise, authenticity, trust, and entertainment. It's how we build our brand here at the Mornings in the Lab network, and it's how we can help you build your brand. Your experience, show your process, because people love to see the paint before the masterpiece. We show everything here, warts and all, knocking our lights around. Whatever happens when you're live, but it makes you authentic. Expertise, share one tip, how you mix your colors, how you scale an idea. That makes the audience feel smarter. Your authenticity. Murals succeed because they belong to their place, and so do you. Ground your content in where you are, whether that's your street, your family, or your favorite band. I talk about the Grateful Dead here a lot because they're my favorite band. I talk about things that are My family, my mother's in the comments pretty much every day. Thanks, Mom, for coming out here. We talk about ourselves because we are human beings. Trust, credit your collaborators. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. I always talk about Keith and John and Melissa and Jimmy. They're my collaborators. And just like muralists, we sign our work, they sign theirs, and that's integrity. And lastly, entertainment. Murals are joyful. Going live on Mornings in the Lab Network, that's joyful too. A mural isn't just serious history. It's dogs, rainbows, jokes, inside references, local references. I talked about the carousel here in Binghamton. Kindness is magnetic when you let people laugh, nod, and recognize themselves in your work. That you can do with murals. You can do it with your art. Our art is going live here with real conversation every day on the Mornings in the Lab Network, starting with Kindness Rising and rolling into Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. Go live. You won't regret it.
Welcome to episode 1 of Motivation with Dave.
Congrats, Dave. Your podcast number 5,764,999 and still invisible.
Dave, nobody wants another podcast. Go live.
Going live was the best decision I ever made. True motherfucking story.
All right. We go live every day here on Kindness Rising, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, and we roll right over to Keith and John and friends, and Mornings in the Lab Network. Get on over there, subscribe to their channel, subscribe to our channel. Join us every day for your morning dose of hope, humanity, humor, and heart, and get on over to Keith and friends, who will help you not hit the snooze buttons. Murals remind us that walls don't just have to be plain, cracked, and aging. They can be renewed, covered in fresh color, made into something vibrant. Our lives aren't that different. If we let bad habits pile up, stress, poor sleep, skipping kindness like it's optional, we start to feel like those walls have been left out to peel in the sun. But when we refresh with new practices, healthier choices, and a little creativity, we stay vibrant, like a freshly painted mural that makes people stop and smile. And speaking of staying vibrant, Keith and the crew are up next at 8 a.m. with their 10 habits that make you older. It's a little irony. We want to avoid those habits. How to avoid them. That's your daily touch-up for the soul. Get on over to Keith and friends at the Mornings in the Lab Network. We will help you rise with kindness and not hit the snooze button. All right.
Dude, I tried to rewind your intro music, but the tape exploded.
Don't worry. Side B is where the magic happens anyway.
These guys were supposed to prepare the soundtrack, but apparently they're staging a mixtape revival instead of learning Suno.
Cloud storage? Bro, our cloud is cigarette smoke in this basement.
Kindness means never fast forwarding through someone else's mixtape.
Those two, Cal and Stan, they're out there trying their best to help me here at Mornings in the Lab and in Kindness Rising. And let me tell you, it's a struggle keeping those guys on task, but their heart is in the right place. So I keep them around. All right, here's a couple of quick hits of good news, and we'll keep the things moving along. Binghamton's Mural Fest at Ross Park Zoo turned a 200-foot wall into a wildlife sanctuary in Bay. Kids got to see art and conservation collide, proving that kindness to animals and creativity go hand in hand. And second, when the Fine Arts Society revealed their 125-year history mural, the county actually declared that at Fine Arts Society Day. The Broome Arts Council is out there doing amazing things here in our community, and it's super cool. A government holiday in honor of art. That's the kind of headline we need more of here in Binghamton and all around the world. I appreciate you all coming out here to Kindness Rising and joining us for Mornings in the Lab. Keep coming out every day. We get after it. We will be here for you. Keep coming. Keep getting involved in the community. Subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on demand, subscribe to the channel. Get up with us. Watch our videos. Participate. It's amazing. And if you want a piece of the action, we can help you with that. We can get you your own live 30-minute show here on the Mornings in the Lab Network. We also have our down and dirty ad packs. If you want your brand to stand out above the noise, don't have a podcast. Don't just create plain old web banners and digital art. We can help you get your brand out there with our digital ad packs, our down and dirty ad packs, and our live shows. Please reach out to myself or Keith Billis, and we will get you going for sure. Lastly, if you're a corporation or an organization that wants to sponsor our show, we'd love to have you. We can bring you right into our community, make you a character in our show, make your brand a real part of the show, bring it to life with authenticity, showing your expertise and your experience. It's an amazing way to get your brand out, and it is the future of digital media because social media and podcasts are dead. We are in attention media world, and we can get you the attention you deserve. All right, so let's move into our kindness call every day. Kindness rising. We move from thought to action. It's amazing that we're out here thinking about these things. We're getting out there in the comments talking about art. Mom, you say art wakes up the conscious, which leads to kindness. Absolutely. Art is super inspirational. You've shown me that. Mom, you're an amazing artist. Someday maybe I'll feature some of your art right here on Kindness Rising. My mother paints unbelievable icons of saints from the Orthodox Church tradition. She's been painting for years with gold touches and just amazing detail. And she gets, I know, she tells me how much strength and power she gets through her own artwork. If you have a chance to do some art, whatever it is, express yourself. It will wake your consciousness and it will make you more kind and more worldly in general. But that's not our kindness call. Our kindness call today is to go on a mural walk. If you're in your community, Holroyd, you mentioned your community's got murals. I'm sure all the communities, people out there in the world, in their communities, have some murals. We'd love to see them. Snap us a picture. Take pictures of different murals. And even just in your neighborhood, there might even be murals. I know people are painting like electrical boxes and all kinds of stuff. I see them all over the world. If you wake up and you pay a little bit of attention to that art, and maybe you want to write one sentence about what each mural says to you, post it, share it, tag the artist if you can, find the artist and give them credit for what they're doing to contribute to our community. If you're feeling more personal, think about the wall in your own life that needs some color. Maybe it's your garage. Maybe it's just a notebook page or a conversation. Conversations add color too. What mural could you paint with your actions? That's today's kindness call, moving from thought to action right here on Kindness Rising, 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, Eastern Time. And that's it, man. We blew through another half hour. I appreciate everybody who came out, got involved in the comments, subscribe to the channel, get on over to the Mornings in the Lab Network with Keith, John, and friends. They're going to be talking about the 10 things, habits that are making you seem older or be older. Maybe you want to pay a little bit of attention to those. Age is a state of mind as far as I am concerned. The old adage that we don't grow old. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. That's one of my father-in-law's favorite sentences, and I appreciate it so much. Anyway, behind every mural is a voice waiting to be heard. From caves to city streets, murals have always said things we couldn't fit into our worlds. They're tie-dyed tapestries in our communities, loud, messy, layered, and beautiful, just like a jam band encore that stretches way past midnight. Mural art keeps riffing until the message lands. And if you ask me, kindness is the ultimate mural. It's meant to be seen. It's meant to be shared. It's meant to be carried forward. So as I always say, right here on Kindness Rising, stay uncommon, and stay kind.
Stan, you ever notice Maddle's up at 7:30 a.m. actually being productive?
While we're still deciding if eating gummy bears is a mindfulness practice.
But seriously, man, Kindness Rising isn't just a show. It's a full wake-up vibe.
Yeah, man, it's got real get-after-it energy.
So don't hit snooze, people. Wake up with Kindness Rising, and as always, stay uncommon, stay kind.